feelings hurt. Read this.
Hey, hello, and welcome to another episode of Kármán Short Review.
Kármán Short Review.
That's
That's
this. That is this show.
We're here to review a short film. Is that correct?
It's the only thing we ever
Only thing we can do.
That's all we have ever done.
because we're cursed.
Am I right in assuming that this is the only place in the universe where you can watch three cursed filmmakers review user-submitted short films?
You know what? I fact-checked that.
Yeah,
Googled it.
that's true.
We are the only one still.
Wow, in the whole universe.
Whole only one.
Google does the whole universe.
This is
It
the only
indexes the whole
only
universe. That's
place
pretty cool.
where you can watch three cursed filmmakers review your short films. Send us some more short films. We'll review it. It's all we have to do anyways. D, what are we watching today?
Go.
Well, we're watching a film called Broken, and it's by Andrew Kyle Bacon,
Thank you, Andrew.
Oh, of the famous Bacon family.
the famous Bacon family. Yeah,
Like Kevin,
Kevin's part of it.
Kevin,
Andrew,
Yep.
Andrew Bacon,
and the rest,
The list goes on.
the rest. The list goes on.
etc.
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 So today, we're gonna start out with first impressions.
Actually, we're going to say, hey, there's a link you can watch the movie
I'm sorry.
yourself,
Yes.
and
Oh,
then
yeah, and then we'll talk about the
we're
synopsis.
going to synopsize it.
So, I was gonna call you Kyle because Andrew Kyle Bacon,
I'm offended.
but Taylor, could you give us a synopsis?
Oh, who are you?
I'm Taylor.
Taylor, would you mind giving us a synopsis?
I would love to. This film is sort of about a man who has lost his father at a funeral, and about some sort of attempted reconciliation between them and their estranged relationship that these individuals have with each other. And it's also about the history he had with his father and that sentimental connection with him, loss.
I didn't
that
think
kind of stuff.
Father.
Father?
Yeah.
The guy who died is his father.
Is his dad
Yeah.
confirmed?
Half-Life
There's a
3.
line.
I thought you were gonna shoot me.
There's a line in there where he says,
He said-
losing a father is not easy.
I see.
And then
okay.
he says something
All
mysterious.
right. Good. Father confirmed.
There you go. Yeah.
Hold on.
Thanks
Hold
for that
on.
synopsis.
Yeah,
Hold
yeah.
on. Cool.
Wow.
It's tough.
See? He says it.
Your dad's hard.
There you go. Bam.
Listen, I wasn't there for you. I get it.
No. I think that's his father.
But he says not having a father is tough. That's a weird thing for a father to say to his son.
So what's their relationship?
I don't know.
Uncle?
Like this guy.
Dad around is hard. I didn't have a dad either.
Yeah.
Wait.
So the other guy's his dad.
Why would he say that?
Wait, so is this his grandpa?
This is like his uncle.
I feel like that's his grandpa.
Fine. Whatever.
Okay,
Maybe
so
it is his uncle.
this
could
is
be- it could
obviously
be
a
either.
demonstration of one of the first critiques we could probably give.
Not yet. We're gonna do first
Oh,
impressions
okay.
first.
Okay.
So first impressions. I'll go for my first impressions.
Please.
This felt actually very, very, very similar to many of the student films that we started doing at the end of my school year, where we were giving a brief assignment, a certain script that we had to shoot, and then everyone just go off and shoot it and come back and see what you got. And the reason why I felt that way, I think, is because it was such a, like you said, it was a simple story, very,
It's a
very simple
story.
And so, upon watching it, that's what I got. It was that it was simplistic, but it's simply like it missed the plot
It's not why it felt like a assignment.
because it was simple.
It felt that way because it was a 48-hour film festival
Yes,
submission.
But I didn't know that until the end.
Boom. But we do know that.
We know that now, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you haven't been into this
Oh,
program
we have
before,
violent emotions about 48-hour film festivals.
Yeah, very
submissions.
abrasive,
we have,
alienating
emotions.
feelings.
we feel like the
We don't
Look,
like 'em.
make them if you want, and send them to us if you want, but don't tell us. Don't tell us you did it as
Well,
a 48-hour.
T-
Keep it yourself.
yeah, whatever. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Not even talk about it.
You know what?
I'm
Just
losing my
watch
mind. I'm sorry.
any of our older episodes, and you'll probably hear us vent about 48-hour film festivals.
probably.
There's a post in film Kármán Cult.
Sorry, what was that?
Nothing. There's a
Kármán
post in
Cult.
Kármán Cult
Yes.
where we talked about 48-hour film festivals.
Yep.
So you can go there and check it out.
That's true. That's a true thing. What's your first impression?
Oh, mine.
Yes.
Well, I thought the film was a little confusing. I think I was able to put it together by the end. The stylization of the flashbacks didn't quite work for me as well as I think they worked well. It seemed to work for you guys, but for me, the layered on grain, some of the things they did with sound, and the choice of black and white made it look like this happened a long time ago, like the
early
1920s is what that felt
early
like.
20th century.
Yeah, so I didn't know where to go. Like I thought, because we start with a shot of them by a casket with the American flag, I thought we were looking back at like World War II or something like that, but we obviously weren't. So that threw me off a bit. And then I have some other qualms that we'll dive into in our when we get into topics. But for now, this was interesting movie.
There's something I liked about this movie.
No, you didn't.
Right. Sorry.
Yeah.
There's something I didn't like about this movie. There's something that I liked about this movie. I think it has a lot to do with aesthetics and tone for me, and the way the dialogue works. It is confusing. Figuring out what the relation of everybody is, like literally like the familial relations of everybody. But I did feel like I was able to infer the status of their relationships with each other, what kind of relationships they had with each other, just through the dialogue and through minimal exposition. So I kind of liked that. And I also dug the grainy black and white thing, just because I like grainy stuff. And a certain kind of grainy black and white really does it for me, and this one did it. And also this hits on a lot of like little things that I really like aesthetically, like though it's used too much is the dolly.
Bounciness.
Yeah, I like a little shake in dollies, and so I really liked that here. But it is a little bit.
This?
Yeah.
This ain't a dolly.
Whatever it is, it's being moved forward, and it's not a steady cam. It's not on it's probably not on tracks, but it is a little shaky, that movement, and I do like that, but it is used a little bit too much on this. Yep, there you go.
Let's start here. So we're gonna go into our topics. Our first topic is cinematography.
I love that sound.
Cinematog.
Beautiful sound.
It's a beautiful sound. Let's hear it again.
It's
okay.
very relaxing.
Melts my heart.
Do you have something
happening?
specific to say about the cinematography?
Yeah. The shot of the brother and sister there talking down at the end of that hallway, which then eventually they're interrupted by a third person. Comes into the frame.
Anytime now.
He's coming. There he is. From here all the way to the reveal of his face builds up like it's shot in such a way to suggest that when we finally see the front of this guy, it's going to mean something,
right,
or surprise us. The fact that we stay behind him all the way down here, and then still don't get a reveal of his face until we cut back. So here we're going to slide right past him to the casket, back up to the main character, who I'm calling the main character, and then a flashback.
He broke it.
Yeah,
But he didn't. It kept ticking.
Don't replace what you can fix or something. And wait for it. Guy looks like George R.R. Martin.
He does. I was gonna say that.
There we go.
And then we move in.
Spielberg shot.
Yeah, Spielberg.
Ta-da.
There's a couple of those.
So
where they're over
So face reveal.
There already was a lot of information that we had to infer for this story. But that made me feel like I had missed something important. Shoot, I'm supposed to know who this guy is, and I don't know it. And the only reason I felt that way is because of how it was shot. I mean, they literally felt like, just wait till you see who this is. Oh, my goodness.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a new character we don't know yet.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that in a mini.
They should have just jumped to a reverse.
Yeah.
You know, when he showed up, started talking to the brother and sister down at the other end of the hall. As soon as he starts talking, just cut to a reverse and show his face, and I mean, not this big ominous thing.
Right. I'm guessing what that was kind of like an artificial way of building up the importance of the character.
Right.
But it definitely had like this mysterious vibe to it.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe if they had already made it clear or clearer that this character, the young man standing at the casket, that his dad was estranged from him and he hadn't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so then when this guy walks in and I go, oh, you came, and then we might
Right.
get,
the
dad is here, you know? But it took so long to piece that together that it just didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So it was a weird shot choice to me.
I think that's perfectly valid.
The makers of this program would like to interrupt this program to talk about their other programs. Go D!
If you happen to be a filmmaker and you've made a short film and you want to hear us talk about it, you can submit it to us via the link in the description.
And if you love what you are seeing here and want to dive deeper into making better movies, you need to join us at our Facebook group, The Kármán Line Cult. There, we have daily discussions about filmmaking, we have weekly live streams, and all kinds of other cool cult-like activities.
And now back to the program.
I think there's a lot of really good composition in here, or at least wanting to be good composition, like this triangle type shot right here.
Yeah, that's a cool shot.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I thought most of their composition choices were actually pretty good. I'm not typically one to like the whole. It's funny because I do it a lot. To like the whole free-flowing kind of cinematography where we follow one character to the next setup and then follow him to the next setup. I don't typically like that kind of stuff because I feel like it's a callback to staging, to stage plays and kind of older movies, and I feel like those are times that we've grown past, that we've evolved since, and there's better ways to utilize the camera. I'm not saying that they're objectively better, but yeah, it's just not something that I'm totally with.
There's something weird going on in this room, and I wonder if the room has a slanted floor going down to the casket.
Yeah.
Because the way it feels like the ceiling's like crazy low, right?
That's interesting.
Like it has a weird feel, but I think I think there's a slant in the floor. It looks like he's walking down, doesn't it?
It does kind of look like that.
It did something strange to the perspective from the back of the room anyway.
I want to say the lighting here was really odd, and I think it's only odd because they're using house lights.
They're using the lights in there, which have a very warm.
They're warm, and there's many of them. So we have like this shot where his face is darker than the background.
Yeah.
And we can barely really
just
see.
Not a lot you could do about it without.
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing that with 48-hour film festivals with this stuff is that you have very minimal setup.
Yeah.
So your creative choices are pretty limited.
Which, I mean, it's impressive to have a location with a casket.
Then there's comments
but
are
now
leaking
we're saying
into
that whole thing again. Oh, it's impressive that they did that in 48 hours.
Yeah. This is why we hate the film.
Oh, we can give them leeway for not controlling
qualifier.
the light because it was in 48 hours.
Right.
But
it's a qualifier.
So we
movies
just
a movie, so we're just gonna look at it like it's a movie.
I really like the lighting actually here in the black and white scene.
I love that.
Because it was so probably because the grain, honestly.
Yeah.
Great, it just does it for me.
Yeah,
it makes me feel good.
The grain here is more obvious in the blurry parts in the bokeh. And so I think that's why it works so well for me.
Oh, it looks cool.
We don't see it so much interfering with the details of the face. Instead, we see it interfering with the stuff that's not important.
Yeah.
Therefore, the grain is not important. And I really like that.
This is actually where George R. Martin is telling HBO that he's not going to finish the books.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to finish the books.
Here, buddy, here, have this.
Here's the plot beats.
I love that shot, too.
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good-looking shot.
That looks like it could be in Schindler's List.
It looked like it had a pretty good cast, actually. I mean, the acting of the dude with the umbrella there, the guy who's
George
dead.
R. R. Martin, right?
George R. R. Martin's character, you know,
little iffy.
not great, but honestly,
Whoa.
pretty cool cast.
Yeah, I mean they're all good.
Yeah. But to cap off cinematography, pretty cool cast.
They shot the cast nicely.
They did shoot the cast nicely.
What's next category?
Next category is writing.
All right.
Writing. So, why don't you start? Why don't you start about writing?
Okay, so the biggest issue here is confusion.
A little bit.
A lot of confusion as to who's related to who. I still don't really. I guess the guy with the hair in this is his dad.
With the hair.
You know, the guy with the hair, dude. You know,
You're talking about
that guy.
this
Yeah,
guy.
he's got the hair, dude.
got the hair.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird line that he would say, like, not having a father is hard. Like,
Yeah.
who would say that to their son? I mean, like, that's just strange to me.
It's a strange word.
It's
yeah.
like discount Jeff Daniels.
A little bit, yeah.
Jeff Tim.
But I kind of liked the dialogue in the funeral scenes. The dialogue in the black and white scenes was a little corny.
Yeah.
Fake.
Yeah,
A little fake. Yeah.
Stagey.
Yeah.
It was stagey, and I know where that comes from.
And we're also talking about beginning, middles, and ends. That there's
Right.
not really much of a conclusion made.
So something I want to make a huge point here is that short films generally feel really good when they have every story has a pay up and a setup and a payoff.
The payoff here was referencing the line.
Referencing
The line of we don't throw away things that can be fixed.
right. So the whole theme of this being broken is the kid being estranged from his father, and that you don't need to necessarily
Don't give up.
give up.
Don't give up.
Yeah.
I thought, honestly, when this movie ended, I thought we had just seen the beginning of a movie.
Yeah.
I was expecting a lot more.
It felt very flat to me. The whole thing felt very flat. And you used a great word, simple. I had a very simple plot, if there was any plot at all, really. And
Not much of plot.
yeah, and I'm not sure what else to connect this to.
I guess the main character's the dad. He's
I
the
guess
only
so,
one that
really.
has anything resembling an arc.
Right. You know, okay, that's interesting. There's another short film that we talked about a while back where there was an estranged father, but it was a reveal at the end. You remember the guy who, I don't remember what film it was, but it's a guy,
Sorry. 15% better.
the guy who went to go see his dying father or his father in the hospital.
Oh, that was a heavy one.
Yeah.
That's a good
That
movie.
was called Deadbeat.
Yeah, that is right there.
That was a great movie.
This one right here. Yeah, in that they had a setup and payoff there, and obviously they had a lot more production time too. You know,
Yeah.
the whole 48-hour thing. But yeah, what we're looking for here is a story to tell, is an arc. And in that other film, what they had that this one didn't, in the writing at least, was that we had a full character for the son. You know, the son was flawed, and he was going to see his father because of his own, misconceptions. And then we turn around and see that his misconceptions were actually about himself also. Like, that's a very complex thing to have. When you have a very simple plot, it doesn't have to be simple characters also. So, I don't know. It's just something to put out there. Again, I keep wanting to come back to the 48-hour thing, but
Deja vu.
this is I hate
all
it.
over again.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate coming back to it. This is the part of the show where we start asking questions to the filmmaker. If you happen to not to be the filmmaker, you can join us in asking questions. Usually, the filmmaker comes down and answers the questions in the comments below. So that's really fun when they do. So join us in doing that. Also, let us know if we missed anything, because I'm sure we missed a lot. So, filmmaker, this is for you, Mr. Bacon. Let's ask our questions.
I got one. So this is a 48-hour film festival, so in theory you shouldn't have a lot of time to prepare. But here you are shooting in what looks like a real funeral home with a real casket with a flag on it and fresh flowers.
Yeah.
Did you take advantage of somebody's real funeral
Oh, jeez.
to shoot this?
Oh, jeez.
That's
no.
morbid.
That's
No, dude.
a cool shot.
No, that's not morbid. That is hardcore guerrilla filmmaking. You get an A+ in my book if you manage to show up a half hour before the actual funeral and be like, "Hey, you got it all set up in there. I just need like 20 minutes. I gotta shoot a scene for my 48 film festival." Is there a body in that box? That's what I want to know. Because, dude, I'll give you mad props. Mad props.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I love stories like that. And if not, then how'd you manage all that?
This was in Ozark.
Yeah, no, we're familiar with this film festival. It's in the Ozarks.
Yeah, it's Sato. Oh, I didn't know that. Ozark.
We've had a bunch of
We've
films
had
from
quite a few
Sato.
films
Yeah.
from that. All right, that's my question. Your turn.
Cool.
How did you achieve your black and white look? The grain, was the grain added in post,
Yes.
or was it real? Yeah, but I want to know.
Asking you, dude.
I want to know the
sorry.
specifics. I want to know exactly what grain filter you used. Yep, there you go.
Is that really George R.R. Martin? And why hasn't he finished The Winds of Winter?
It's a good point.
Thank you, D.
Thanks, Steve.
Yeah.
That's the question we all
We
want to
all
answer.
wanna know
It
that.
is. Also, in addition to that, I'm really curious as to what kind of rig you were using for the camera, because it really feels like you're on tracks,
Yeah,
but you're not.
yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, or unless you are, and we just can't see the floor.
Tripod with wheels.
Maybe using a studio camera, that would actually make a lot more sense. Wow, did you use a studio camera? That would have been crazy. Anyway, yeah, that's my question. Is that it?
All right, bye.
Looks like we're done here.
Also, I want to know if you have a script, and if you do have a script, would you mind letting us see it? Because I would like to pour my eyes over it. Gotta be cool. You good?
Goodbye.
Okay. Thank you for your film,
Thank you.
and we'll definitely want to see more.
Till next time.
Please give us some more. And are we saluting?
Yes.
Thank
Salute.
you. Thank
Heath.
you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Bye, guys.